Gino Pettis Adventures. I'm still Gino. I'm still here, alive and well. Glad to have you with me. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You know the drill. Share it with a friend. I'm going to touch on a subject that we haven't touched on in a long time, and I just kind of space it out sometimes, but I think it needs to be said again. You know, a lot of people look at these videos and then, well, why should I go to Colombia? Well, why should you come to Colombia? Why would you come to Colombia? Well, we're going to get into that. So I wrote down a new list of reasons that I believe are excellent reasons for someone to come down to Colombia. And number one on the list, of course, always, so far so good, is the cost of living. We can live here so much cheaper than we can in our United States, and it's just scary. And nobody believes me. And if you'll go look at all my other, peruse my other videos, and you'll see, well, you can, my utility bills for the whole month was $19. Well, that really happened. Okay, that really happened. Not 1,900, not $19 a day, not 19,000, $19 for the month. So the cost of living, the cost of food, the cost of utilities, the cost of rent makes it very affordable. I mean, you can go from living to lower class, one step above homeless in the United States, to middle America in Colombia, or the way middle America used to be in Colombia. So the number one thing is cost of living. The number two thing is it's a cash economy. There's not you don't see a lot of credit cards. You don't see, well, they're debit cards, but they use those to get cash out of their accounts. And if you're here, you can get cash out of your United States account, and nobody knows you're here. Well, I guess somebody, the banks know you're here, I guess, but the economy runs on pure cash. I just remodeled a house, and all the payments were made in cash. 1,000,000 pesos here, 2,000,000 pesos there, and 1,000,000 pesos is about 250 bucks. But everything runs. If you can find over 5% of people that take a credit card, I would be shocked. And it really drives some people crazy because they're not used to it. They're not used to carrying cash anymore, but it's a cash economy. And I see that as a great reason to live here. Um, the pace, life's pace here is just so much slower and so much more kicked back. For example, we just got through the holidays, went through Christmas. Nobody seems to work around here from about December the 5th to, well, today's January the 5th, to January the 5th. And you would think they're all going to go back to work tomorrow, but no. Turns out it's a 3-day weekend after Christmas, New Year's, and then they get a 3-day weekend. And there's some teachers that don't have to go back until the end of February. So life is pretty chill. That'll make you crazy if you're trying to do a remodel job when it's supposed to take 90 days. It takes 120 days, and I think 120 days is probably still pretty fast for here. So life's pace, cost of living. Just don't forget the women. Don't ever forget the women. Colombia's women, well, women are women, but Colombia's women are like the old days. I mean, they love you. They love you for you. They don't give a damn. As long as you can put a roof over their head and have money for groceries, you're pretty much the hottest thing on the block. And and they're not all like that. Of course, there's all. I don't want to generalize too much, but overall, the women here are very nice, and they're from all shades and colors and ages from 18, 20 to 75. and even they got some 70-year-old hotties. I mean, it's just it's of course I'm 70, going to be 74 here shortly, and I can still call a 70-year-old a hottie if I want to. Um, Colombia has different climates. For the most part, where I live, it bounces between 65 and 80 the whole year. 65 to 78 is just wonderful. Rains part of the time it doesn't. It's wonderful. But you can go to where it's colder. You can go to altitude, and if you want to get cold, I mean, I personally don't like cold because it makes my bones hurt. But you can go to a colder climate, and there are prairies and plains and mountains, and then you can go to the coast and get as hot as you want. You can get as hot as Phoenix if you like it that way. So it's got a good range of climate. It's a pretty stable economy. The housing market is really stable because I don't think 20% of the houses in all of Colombia have a mortgage. 80% of the houses do not have a mortgage. If you see a house, it's owned by somebody that paid cash money for it, which is pretty phenomenal in and of itself. And if you want to get a mortgage, they may lend you 30%. 30%, yeah, they might lend you 30%, but you're going to have to, you put the house up for collateral and they'll only lend you 30% on the whole house. So it's not really a viable option to have house mortgages here. What else have we got? Oh, they don't have an entitled attitude. Everybody knows they have to work hard for what they get. And they do. And they work hard and they're happy people. The Colombians, I mean, everybody has their story. Everybody has a hard time. Everybody has their struggles. But for the most part, if you meet somebody on the street here in Colombia and say, hi, how are you? They'll say, good, and you, and what's going on? And you get on an elevator, and before you get off the elevator, you made a new friend, and you chatted somebody up to the 8th floor, and it's really interesting and it's really nice. And it's not like in the States now, if you get on an elevator with somebody and they think you're going to mug them or something if you say good morning to them. So that's pretty crazy. And then they still have common sense here. Imagine that, common sense. That's almost an oxymoron in the United States. And that's a sad thing because when I was growing up, common sense was the rule. Honor and strength were the rule. A man of your word was the rule. I don't know who invented woke, but oh my God. And if any of you get angry about me saying that on my channel, that too bad, so sad, unsubscribe, I don't care. Because the woke is just like some cancerous disease, and it does not exist here, and thank God it doesn't. So those are just a few of the reasons, and I just hit on the high points. Yeah, for sure. The cost of living, the women, the common sense, the Christianity holds this country together. And it holds it through guerrilla wars. It held it through Pablo Escobar. It held it through. It's the thread in their lives here in Colombia. Probably, I don't know. This is a guess. 97% of Colombia is probably Christian, and 70% of that is Catholic, and the other 27% or whatever is evangelistic or different types of religions that we have in the United States. So with that being said, you guys have a wonderful day. I did. It's Sunday. Went to church, had a good time, came home, had lunch with Mama, and it rained today, and it rained a lot. So it's a nice day. You see, I got my little hoodie on. It's a little cool this evening. So God bless you all. Remember, it's the first day of the rest of your life, and I will see you on the flip side, which is going to be tomorrow. God bless.